Good morning. Please join me in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And here's Rory with the announcements. Rory, whose birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, Rory.
Thanks. Stop. Good morning, St. Johnsbury Academy. Today is Monday, May 8th, and it's a green day. All international seniors, please stay immediately after chapel today to meet with Miss Reed and Miss Bessonette to discuss the I-20 transfer process. All 9th grade health classes will meet upstairs in the South Church today for class. Mr. Legge would like to meet with the 3 one-act play winners on Fuller Steps immediately after chapel today, Nora, Jupiter, and Hayden. Please be sure to see Mr. Legge after chapel. Student government petitions can be found in Mr. Ryan's hands or with your class dean. If you want to be a candidate for the position of Student Gov Rep, please pick one up today. This Friday, May 12th, the 9th graders are hosting a spring dance in the amphitheater from 8 to 10 p.m. Guests from other schools are welcome, but must be registered in Student Life by 3 p.m. on Wednesday. The cost is $3 per person or $5 per couple. Join us for the Spring Fling. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. In honor of the month, our Health and Wellness Tinker team will be sharing some facts and hosting events about mental health for the rest of the month. Mental Health Awareness Month was first recognized and celebrated in 1949. Since then, each year has focused on a specific theme as it relates to mental health. The theme for this year is More Than Enough. According to the CDC, mental illness impacts more than 50 million people in the U.S. One way that you can take action during this month is by talking about mental health. The more we have conversations with our peers, the more it will be normalized. If you or a peer are struggling during this month, feel free to stop by the Tinker Health Services to connect with one of our mental health counselors. Do you have any questions about healthy relationships, red flags and green flags, concerns about dating violence, conversations around relationships in general, boundaries, self-care, etc.? We are so happy to announce that an umbrella advocate will be on campus monthly at the Tinker House for anyone who would like to stop in. Their first visit will be May 15th from 9 to 3. Mrs. Prevost's Photography 2 classes invite you to take a look at their work hanging on the first floor of Ranger. It will be coming down soon, so don't miss your chance. The Fine Arts Department would like to congratulate Ella Switzer, Gabby Anzalone, and Jasmine Engel for being selected to participate in the Congressional Arts Awards. Congratulations. Congratulations again to Ella Switzer, whose hard work and dedication in advanced art photography has resulted in a solo exhibit at NVRH. Ella's show will be up until May 22nd. It's free and open to the public. Stop by and check it out. Congratulations, Ella! A happy birthday today to Amelia Santiago, Trinity Kidder, Max Jang, and Kathy Jang. Happy birthday. Today for sports, we have Girls Ultimate at Linden Institute at 4. Please dismiss the team at 2:45. We have Varsity Boys Ultimate at Rice at 4. Please dismiss the team at 1:15. Varsity Baseball versus Colchester at 4:30. Please dismiss the team at 2:15. And Varsity Softball versus Colchester at 4:30. Please dismiss this team at 2:30. That's all, and I hope you all have a great day.
Thank you, Rory. So there's a lot of winning today, so I'm going to ask you to hold your applause. But a reminder that tomorrow we will have advisory meetings instead of chapel, so seniors, please meet in Fuller Hall for a class meeting. Congratulations to all the dancers who performed at the dance class open house last night. Your hard work and your love for dance was shown in each dance that was performed, so thank you all for a wonderful show. Right before spring break, we had a guest speaker after chapel for the juniors and sophomores. Dr. Brian Duff from the St. J School got up and showed a Harry Potter mashup made by kids. You might remember that a mad cow was the villain and that Baby Yoda got vaporized by the cow's extra spicy milk. Dr. B's point was that kids are hilarious and fun, and in the next breath, Dr. B said that lots of kids down the hill need serious help with reading and writing. Next year's juniors and seniors can provide that help by signing up for a new fall course, a course about literacy and mentoring that will include after-school meetings with those kids. If you're interested, please see Mr. Eaton this week. On Friday, April 21st, Vermont Fish and Game announced that 9th grader Hannah White received an award for her entry in the Vermont Student Fish Art Contest. With over 300 pieces submitted for her age category, she was named the first place artist for her drawing of a brown bullhead. Congratulations to Hannah. She's over in South Church, but congratulations. Okay, so here's all the winning. I promise, Mr. Langmaid, that we do. There are sometimes losses, but we're announcing the winning right now. So varsity baseball beat Rice 6-2 and beat BFA St. Albans 14-4. Girls varsity tennis beat Essex 6-1, and boys varsity tennis beat Essex 7-0. JV girls lacrosse beat Colchester 10-2. JV girls softball beat Danville Twinfield 21-7. And on Saturday at the South Burlington Twilight Invitational, the girls track and field team placed 6th out of 23 teams. Brooke White won the triple jump, and Peggy Fisher scored in the 1500, 800, and 4x400 relay to lead the team. The boys had a big day, more than doubling second place South Burlington in team points. Gerardo Fernandez won the 200 and anchored both the 4x100 and 4x400 relays to victory. Gerardo also led a 1-2 in the 400 with Andrew Bugby and broke the 39-year-old school record in the event. Andrew Thornton Sherman won a thrilling 800 meters to break the school record and just missed the state record. Diego Perez won the shot put, and Jaden Beersley won the 100 meter and was part of the winning relays as well. So much winning. Congratulations to everyone. You guys. Good job. So some of you might remember that I think it was a couple of months ago, I challenged someone to tell the history of chapel, or to look into and tell the history of chapel. Well, we had someone take me up on that, so I'm delighted to bring to the stage Shelby Lazat.
Hi, I'm Shelby, and I'm here today to talk to you guys about the history of chapel. As a lot of you guys probably know from both my capstone and how much I talk about it, I've done extensive work in the school archives and learned a lot about the school. If anyone else is interested by this presentation or anything that comes about it, we meet Tuesdays at 2:30 at the circulation desk, and then we head down to the archives to just check out cool pieces of the school's history. So I thought I'd show you guys a little bit about what chapel was like from the founding of our school till we got here now. So the school was founded in 1842, as you guys probably know, and at the time of its founding, all students were required to attend church services on Sundays, and at this time there was only one school building, but by 1860, another was added. This is North Hall. North Hall used to be the primary building, and chapel used to take place on the second floor of North Hall in classroom number 10. North Hall burnt down in 1956. South Hall burnt down in 1926. But it used to take place on the second floor there, and they used to call it, now they call it Old Chapel. Thaddeus, fun fact, Thaddeus, who we now have in Colby, used to reside there. You can see what North Hall looked like on that picture over there. It's right after it burned down. And then inside, this is junior prom, and that's what the inside of the building used to look like, where they were having junior prom. I'm going to read a piece by Charles Edward Russell. He's from the class of 1881. He is an infamous muckraker. He started a lot of muckraking journalism down in New York, and he did a lot of really cool things. And he wrote a really interesting book where part of it, in like the beginning chapters, he detailed his experience at the academy, and I just want to share an excerpt with you guys about what it was like to have chapel in the 1800s here. So here it is. Attendance at morning prayer was sternly enacted of each and all, no excuses. Besides reading of scriptures, the hymns, and the prayers, the man of science, the principal, we used to call the headmaster the principal, we changed that in 1950. Some visiting clergymen usually said a few words of reproof upon the sins of the youth or exhortation to godliness. While the prayer was on, the principal was accustomed to hold his hand over his eyes in such a way that he could see between his fingers and note unlucky students whose attitudes bespoke not to the required satisfaction. The mental athleticism involved in this operation always caused me much speculation and sometimes alarm. At least reflection will show that it must have comprised of a duplex mechanism approaching the uncanny. While from his lips, smoothly and evenly, the petition for heavenly grace, the other side of his mind was making and retaining notes about the student body before him, so that his total activities must have proceeded about in this fashion. We pray for, there's Bloggart looking out the window, thy guidance this, Hopkins is lolling in his seat and playing with his watch guard, day in all we do, Hatch is writing something on a piece of paper, that we may be, is Waterman trying to flirt with somebody? Guided all right, and so on. In the early 1920s, both Colby and Fuller Hall were built, and chapel was slowly moved into Fuller Hall. And in 1933, Oldham became the principal and represented a distinct break from traditional solemn chapel traditions of scholarly lectures and classical music concerts. Not only did he allow students to participate in chapel, he also established a student government and really encouraged students to have a voice at this school. In 1949 to 1950, the school year was a big year for chapel. They cut 15 minutes off of it, so imagine chapel being 15 minutes longer. And the advisory program was created for the first time. This was also the year that the term principal was changed to headmaster. The next big changes for chapel took place in 1980, in which the school was warned to brace for a legal battle brought forth by the ACLU. An unidentified student was troubled by the tradition of prayer and sometimes accompanied by a Bible reading that usually opened the Academy's chapel assembly. And while the legal battle never truly came to fruition, the Academy helped this to settle quietly by voluntarily removing its prayers and Bible readings from chapel assemblies. In their place, Headmaster Mayo substituted daily readings for various religious, historical, and literary sources to continue the Academy's tradition of starting the school day with an inspirational message addressed to the entire community. And the last change that will bring us to the chapel that we know today, in 1922, the Academy had too many students to fit in Fuller Hall, and because of this, the freshmen now attend a separate chapel in nearby South Congressional Church. If you guys had any interest, again, just stop by. We're meeting tomorrow at 3:30, and Ms. Scavito and Mr. Barnes are wonderful advisors. So thank you.
Thank you, Shelby. So much great stuff in there. I'm going to start putting my hand over my eyes. So I'm also delighted today to bring Elizabeth Lopez to the stage to have a special announcement. Elizabeth?
Good morning. I'm Elizabeth Lopes, and I'm here on behalf of the Gender and Sexuality Union to invite you to participate in the Day of Silence with us this Friday, May 12th. On the Day of Silence, queer people, that is lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, intersex, asexual, and more, and our allies, stay silent to emphasize our silencing throughout long stretches of our history. Our absence from curricular and public understanding, and through this visible silence on May 12th, to underscore what our communities are missing when they are missing our voices. The Day of Silence began in the 1990s, and we at St. Johnsbury Academy have been honoring it for over a decade. This year is particularly important because there is an active, coordinated effort to erase us happening right now throughout the country. If you remember nothing else, Remember this: as long as there have been people, there have been queer people. We have survived every effort to exterminate us, and we will survive this one too. If you can remember two things, remember this as well. Attempts to erase people start small and can seem like a reasonable compromise to some. They are neither. Last year, the state of Florida banned what they called the teaching of sexuality and gender identity to kindergartners through third graders. While many people consent because they thought that sounded reasonable, the state has now extended that ban to the end of high school. No discussion of sexuality or gender identity in school, period. Except it never was a period. These laws have always been about limiting people's understanding, choices, and expression. In the original ban on K-3 students, they didn't remove all the books from the library that talks about any gender or any sexuality. They didn't get rid of all the picture books with parents in them. They just got rid of the picture books with the kids with 2 moms and 2 dads. They didn't get rid of every book in which a child behaved in any gendered way. They did get rid of all books about a little boy or girls who dressed up or played with dolls. At their most basic level, those books held up a mirror to children and that said, "People like you exist and are a part of our world. You are not alone." These laws are about shrinking the wide and beautiful range of human expression down to a tiny and strict controlled window of accessibility. This is not the first time any of this has happened. Even at times of great repression, we find ways to live full and joyful lives. I'm not going to lie to you, though. It's scary out there. States throughout the United States are passing laws banning gender-affirming care for transgender and non-binary youth, as well as some adults. Many of these same states are making it illegal for trans people to use basic public facilities like bathrooms. And a couple of states are even discussing stealing the children of trans and non-binary parents to protect them from their parents. These bills cause grievous harm to the children they claim to protect. Studies of transgender and non-binary youth who receive gender-affirming care show one community across the board. Youth who receive this care report an ability to imagine themselves in the future. What is being stolen by these laws is the ability for queer people to imagine a future for ourselves. This ability to imagine a future saves lives, lives that are beautiful and complex and worth living. These laws are also harm the fabric of our society by silencing some of its members. The Day of Silence is meant to demonstrate what we all stand to lose if you let some voices be silenced. Let some lights go out. If you'd like to help prepare for the Day of Silence, please join GSU on Wednesday afternoon in Colby 207. To participate, please come to Colby 207 on Friday before chapel at 7:30. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth. So I'm struck by the research that our students do and the teachers who help them do it. I want to congratulate all the seniors also. There's been a lot of really good work up here on Fuller Stage and around the campus. Seniors who presented their capstones on Friday. We made some space in the May Board of Trustee meeting for trustees to come to some afternoon sessions, and they were absolutely blown away by all of you, as they would have been blown away this morning by both of those presentations. And thank you to all of the faculty and staff whose hard work enabled so many excellent moments to happen and to be appreciated. So you need to know that this is Teacher Appreciation Week. This week we celebrate our teachers, and I'm going to talk more about this later in the week, but I want to ask each student here to think today about a teacher who's shown you care and support in the last month, and then to write that teacher a note of thanks, or tell them in person, so that they know that you appreciate them. You should know that it isn't always obvious to teachers that they're making an impact on you, or that you're feeling their belief in you and that it's making you capable of reaching higher and doing things you didn't know you could. But take it from me, hearing from you that they have said or done something that you remember and that you're thankful for, it's like rocket fuel for those of us who care about reaching you and want to help you see the world and yourselves as rich and alive and full of possibility. So I want you to take a moment right now I know it's late, but take a moment right now to think about this. Which of your teachers, past or present, would you like to thank? Think about it. Okay, please let those teachers, that teacher or those teachers know that you appreciate them. It will make their day and probably make yours too. All right, faculty.
When you dismiss seniors, can you remind the international students to stay one more time?
Yeah.
The international seniors.
Okay.